So I've been getting, more and more emails now. As I told you, I never really thought about doing this. This was just these videos were for me, like kind of like a journal, and I wanted to just post them and share them. There's a lot of power in doing that. It's a powerful thing when you can share and speak. We all need to be heard. We all need to share what's happening with us, or just at the very least, just speak. And for me, I found it energizing and empowering, and it really helped me to be able to just share what I had inside, and for it to be heard. Even if it was by people that I have never met before or don't know, but just sharing and then being able to connect with people. It's a we all need that community, that sense of connection. So before I start this, I wanted to just say that and say that I encourage everyone out there to do the same, because it will really help with your confidence, with your speaking. It will help you formulate sentences, and then you can watch back your videos sometimes and see where you can improve yourself. It's good to sometimes watch yourself. You can, like, I slouch a lot, and through my videos I've learned to sit up. It's better for the body. Yeah, so that's just one thing, but also the pace of how you speak, and are you confident? Are you speaking from a place of fear? Are you speaking from your heart? Yeah. So there's a ton of benefits of doing videos. So journaling is super important. I get a lot of emails from people, and I started to do coaching. I'm trying to keep it super cheap, but it's just hard to keep replying to the my video comments, and also to all the emails. A lot of people, they you know the stuff that we go through sometimes requires a lot of help. So I'm doing starting to do coaching now, and it's cool. People, I'm enjoying it, and I'm really enjoying working with people and helping people, and I'm also getting helped by them. I'm learning, and it's a cool thing. But one thing that pretty much comes up all the time is what helped me the most was, and there's a lot of things, but journaling was probably the most powerful thing. And I think people maybe don't really understand what I mean by it when I say journaling, but if you're going through any problems right now, breakup, loneliness, etc., you've got to understand that the reason for your suffering is your thoughts. Okay, you're thinking of things that are creating negative emotions. Remember, thoughts trigger emotions. So when you feel lonely, empty, angry, sad, whatever it is, happy, it's because of a thought that's happening in your head. So thoughts are really difficult to catch. I like the analogy of like Ghostbusters. They're like ghosts, and you just sometimes can't see them, and they'll be happening, and the only time you'll see them is when you start to feel like crap. All right, and for most people, because we haven't been educated on any of this stuff, you'll feel like crap, and you still won't understand that it's because of your thoughts. So this is where journaling comes in to help. When you journal, it's not about dear diary, today I blah blah blah. No, all right, that's not journaling. Journaling, when I talk about journaling, it's about reconditioning your mind, the way that you think. It's about kind of like how you would condition your body specific to certain sport. Like if I'm going to be running, I'm going to be doing certain exercises so that I'll be better at sprinting, running. As a mixed martial artist, there's certain exercises that I do to get my body conditioned for what I'm doing, fighting or whatever. Now, it's the same when we're suffering. All right, when we're going through emotional suffering, we need to start to recondition our mind so that it's geared for the suffering, so that it can move us away from the suffering and into peace, comfort, strength, energy, power, and so that we can take control of our life more. There's always going to be ups and downs. That's just life. There's nothing wrong with that, too. We would all hate it if it was just happy, 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 happy. Believe me, we would. Happiness doesn't exist without something else to offset it. Okay? So we've got to be grateful. We've got to accept. Always remember, when you're suffering, when you're lonely or angry or whatever, this is the primary tool for journaling and for you to get out of all this is awareness. So you've got to the first thing you've got to start to condition is your awareness muscle. That's the first thing. Because if you're not aware, you're just not going to be able to do any of this. You're going to be just pulled along by your thoughts and then dragged through the world with your emotions, and it's going to hurt because you're going to be dragged around through bushes, and so your thoughts are going to be dragging you through. All right? So awareness, and this is how to start to build up your awareness muscles, is that every time you have a negative thought, write it down, okay? And try and do at least 3 a day. All right, 5 is better, but if you start with 3 a day, and how you can learn to be more aware is that whenever an emotion happens, whenever you feel like crap or, even good, but let's focus on the bad ones for now. When you feel like crap, lonely, angry, depressed, whatever, remember there's a thought. So try to catch that ghost. Okay, I see the ghost that's causing the problem. And then write it down. It could be, my ex will never truly loved me, or it can be, I will never find, another love. It can be whatever, yeah? Tons of different things. So write it down. So the way I set up my journal is I have a column on the left, a column on the right, and then I have negative thoughts, and then I'll write them down. And then the first column, it's going to be, does this thought help? So usually it's a no, all right? And then the other column is this true? Okay? And in that one, it's sometimes, but most of the time it's not even true. It'll be my ex hates me or whatever, yeah? Or I'm never going to be rich, I'm never going to make enough money, or I'm never going to be able to lose weight, I'll never be blah, blah, yeah? Just the most important column is, does this help? So forget about the other one. So does this help? And then write down, I will never have any friends, or whatever. I will never be loved. Then you want to get your legal lawyer defense hat on, and then you want to put 3 counter arguments to the negative thought. Okay, so whatever the negative thought was, you want to counter it with 3 positive thoughts. I will never be in shape. The first one will be, the future is always uncertain and anything can happen. All right? Second counter argument to that will be, I am capable of doing anything that I put my attention and mind to. Third one will be, I am capable of, anything that I wish. I'm just coming up with these off the top of my head, but you've got to come up with these counter arguments. So every negative thought, or let's go back to the start, when you feel like shit, try to catch the thought that made you feel like shit. Then write it down, and then 3 counter arguments. Do this immediately, okay? What you're going to find is that those 3 counter arguments are going to just dissolve that negative thought. They're going to kill it. And over time, you might find that you're having the same sort of negative thoughts. You're not having like 30 or 40 different ones, no, it's not overwhelming. You're probably having 4 or 5 max, or 6 or 7. And then what happens is, as you do this journaling every day, just do 3. You're going to have maybe in a day hundreds of thoughts. Try to just catch 3 a day. And the hardest part of journaling is just starting. It's just starting to do it. So go and get yourself a journal, get yourself a pen, get it organized in a way that you like. That's the first part. It's so simple. It's just 2 things you've got to do. And this goes out to all the people who have been emailing me, sending me emails, asking me, for what can I do. This is what you want to do. This is what you want to start doing to everyone. Even if you're not going through any struggles or challenges in life, this is what you want to do. This is what the top athletes do. This is what the top CEOs, the best of the best do this to condition their mind in a way that's going to serve them, keep them focused on what will energize and empower them. So, first step, write down the negative thoughts, counter them. As you do this in time, through weeks and weeks and months, you're going to find that you're going to come up with the best counter arguments to these thoughts. I don't want you to sit there and be like, oh, I don't, this is true though, I'm never going to be in shape, or I'm never going to be in love again. No, you want to step up and you want to counter them, okay? Be your own number 1 supporter and protector. And then the second part of this is, every night before you go to bed, write down 3 things that you're grateful for that happened in that day. Just write them down, because when you write things down, you're going to feel it instantly, how it's helping you, make you feel better. All right, and even better is if you can do it in the morning. First thing in the morning when you wake up, write down just 3 things that you're grateful for. Have this journal with you everywhere, by your bedside, in your car. Just take it around with you, and you're going to fill it up, and then you're going to buy another one. And the beauty of this is, what I like to do is, once one journal is full, I will go through it and copy the best parts into another journal. And just by doing that, it's like you're reconditioning. Because here's the thing, every time you say something positive like, the future is uncertain and I'm capable of doing anything, falling in love again, whatever, that is an affirmation. Okay, that's what affirmations are. That is a positive thought. And what you want to do is, you want to take a negative thought and say, fuck you, negative thought, here's 3 positive thoughts in your face. That's what you want to do. All right, and then by doing that, this is how you're going to recondition and mold your mind to just function in a more positive way. All right, because at the moment, the older we get, we're going to have more experiences that hurt us. So what's the natural response is fear. It's like, whoa, get away. I want to be away. I'm afraid. And fear is going to constantly be thinking, no, don't go over here because you're going to get hurt. No, stay away. And it's going to drive you into your bed. You're going to be just in bed and safe and sound in bed. No. You want to be like, fuck you, fear. Fuck you, the fear is saying, oh, you're going to be alone, you're never going to have any friends, or you're never going to fall in love again, your ex never loved you, your ex left you because you suck, you're not good enough. No, that's when you got to counter with positive thoughts. And here's the way it works, okay, is when we're born, we come into this world. Actually, we come into this world over here. This is love, full of love, and oh, everything's beautiful. Hey, look, there's some fire. Let me touch the fire. And then, ouch. Okay, this is the fear side over here. So love side, and the fear side. And as more experiences hurt us in life, we're like, ow, ow, ow. And then you want to find a balance, because too much love, like there's all these hippies and new age people, they're like, love, 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 just love. No, I just want love. No. You gotta have some mind, balance. It's what the Buddha called the middle path, right? Use your mind and your heart in harmony. Okay, well, most of us, when we get hurt so much in life, we wind up in the fear side, and we're just using our mind, and we've lost touch with our heart. So you want to come in the middle here, okay? Now, the way it works is that, sorry, this is kind of hard to do, but yeah, I'll try. You'll start leaning towards something. So let's say you start off with love, and then life starts leaning fearfully, yeah? So the positive thoughts come, and kind of like will start to push, right? I need like a whiteboard or something. I'll do like animations one day. But you get the idea, you're going to be leaning towards negativity, or you start off with love and you start leaning towards negativity. Then you're going to it's like a fire, and you're going to put a water hose of positive thoughts. And then it's going to slowly push it. But the reason why I wanted to give you that kind of analogy of the leaning is that it's not going to happen overnight. As you push against your natural tendency to think negatively, it's going to take some time, but then eventually it'll come into the middle. And then when it's in the middle, then that's all about maintaining. Alright, the beginning is always tough. It's like a big oil tanker. It doesn't turn like a speedboat. It turns slowly. And you just have to push against it slow, every day, a little bit, push, push, push. And then once it starts to find momentum, it's going to be easier. And then you're going to be like, oh shit, this is actually happening. So, alright, that's a video about journaling. And like I said, for me, doing the YouTube videos has been really helpful, because I'll wrap it up with one of the most powerful things you can do is help other people. Alright? In Jiu-Jitsu, there's a belt system. You start with a white, then after 2 years you'll get your blue, after another 2 years you get your purple, again after another 2 or 3 you get your brown belt, and then after your brown belt is your black belt, which is the ultimate belt. Well, there's one after that, but the main thing is getting your black belt. Now, in order to go from brown to black, there's a huge emphasis on teaching. The thing is, I have friends that are teachers, and a friend of mine told me once, who's a teacher, that the greatest benefit of teaching is that you learn. So when you start to teach, like what I'm trying to do now is share everything that I have learned. You're not only reinforcing the things that you've learned, so you're learning it yourself more. And what I'm doing in these videos is I'm basically I'm journaling, I'm doing affirmations, right? So I'm exercising my mind in a positive way. So I've just spent now, 18, 19 minutes on this video? That's 19 minutes of affirmations, of positive thinking. So find your way. Maybe video is not the way, but hey, for me it really worked. And no one has to watch them, and you can be ready to delete your channel at any moment in time. Alright? This is about you. Okay? So some form of journaling. Start off with the book. That for me it helped me so much, an actual notebook. And then, as I said, you can go through the whole thing, rewrite into a fresh notebook just the best parts, and then you can go through that notebook and digest it even more. And then what happens is you're going to wind up with your own personal customized Bible. A Bible just for you, that works for you, that you can just go into it, and every page will just be something that will be like, yes, that's what I needed to remember, or it's just going to be full of energy. This book is going to be so full of energy, and that's what a Bible is. Alright, but now we're living in a time where we all have to be our own saviors, our own prophets, and we all have the ability to write our own Bibles. So go and do it. And I'm sending you guys out there a lot of love and energy, and And I'm very keen. I'm starting to get to know a lot of you guys, and I feel like we've got a group, like a training group, almost like a jiu-jitsu class. And I want to share